All right, good day. Today we found ourselves a little video here. We're going to respond to it. See, only going to take the meat out of it and respond to the meat, ignore the rest.
Today, I would like to delve into the philosophical ethicality of how people interpret and define atheism. Hey, Slavic Vikings, and welcome to Why Atheism is a Religion.
Oh, you know I'm going to have fun with this.
I think there are good reasons for why modern societies have this stereotypical view of atheists. This stereotypical atheist believes that they are smarter and more enlightened than people who believe in religion. They may look down on others and dismiss their beliefs without considering them seriously.
Any beliefs you have that are not atheists, they're going to be theist, right? Because that's what we're covering on. So yes, we're going to look down on them. And how can we take them seriously? They are irrational beliefs and things we know nothing about. So of course we're going to look down on them, and rightfully so. It's okay to judge people as long as you know what you're talking about and your judgment is full of education and awareness.
And to an extent, I was this atheist for a long time.
Ah, yes, planting the seeds.
However, I have a better criticism of atheism, that being its proneness to nihilism.
Proneness to nihilism, the rejection of all beliefs and moral principles, and the belief that life is meaningless. I don't see how atheism is pro-nihilism, because meaning, by definition, is what we all give something. It's per individual. You don't, there's no objective meaning to life. There's no universal meaning, because meaning itself means per the individual. So your meaning, your purpose is decided by you, not by some rule that somebody made for everybody.
Atheism can lead to feelings of despair, hopelessness, and apathy.
No. I don't see how a lack of belief in someone's imaginary friend is going to lead to such things.
And most of the time, this nihilism caused by atheism leads to people seeking a group identity in other ways.
Yeah, I don't see group identity in any way. I'm not left, I'm not right. I don't belong to any religion or any group. Am I doing things harder? I don't see how. I'm just using my brain and trying to figure out reality from fiction, you know, and I'm identifying things myself. I'm not having to subscribe to a group and see what the group is thinking and just say, oh, I belong to other group, so whatever they think, I think. Like, no, I don't do that.
For most people, atheism is not strong enough of an ideology to fulfill the human spirit that desperately needs meaning to fulfill the void of the consciousness of the existence of our inevitable demise. If
all you're going to do is not believe in something, of course that's not going to help you try to figure out the world or your purpose or your meaning in life. That's what something like humanism can do, or something that you put all your passion into, like your craft, the skills that you learn, or the people you surround yourself with. Or things of that nature. Well, of course, people are going to do more than not believe in a God. You're not going to spend all day not believing in God and not having a life. So it really makes no sense at all.
For me personally, the first type of group ideology that unconsciously made me feel fulfilled was politics.
Yeah, I don't belong to any group. It's not good to be part of a group. Do not call yourself a Republican or a liberal or any of that stuff. You know, you can say you take things from the right wing and things from the left, but don't join them, because then you try to put yourself in a box and you don't really belong in a box, because you're going to be all over. I just took a test online which says I'm an ambivalent right. I'm on the ambivalent right. Not quite sure all that entails, but it just means I'm not on the right, I'm not on the left. I'm kind of leaning to the right, but my camp is not there.
Anyways, wanting to find a more productive ideology, a couple of years ago I found Stoicism. And ever since then, I've been reading philosophy and Stoic works in order to find meaning where atheism lacks.
Stoicism is a school of Hellenistic philosophy that flourished in ancient Greece and ancient Rome. The Stoics believe that the practice of virtue is good enough to achieve good spirit, a well-lived life.
I have a problem with the modern definition of atheism.
The modern definition is no different than the past definition, without or no belief in God. That's it. Babies are atheists. This blank slate you talked about in the beginning, fetuses are come out and boom, they're atheists. That's what it is. There's no other. Like, I don't understand.
When discussing every other religion, we refer to our beliefs as beliefs, not declarations. No matter how devout a Christian may be, he will still refer to his religion as a belief. Once again, I don't want to discuss definitions and semantics. I know that the definition of atheism technically specifically denounces the statement that it is a belief system. And the last part of this sentence is what I have an issue with.
Similar rejection of the assertion that there are gods. Atheism is too often defined incorrectly as a belief system. Correct. To be clear, it's not a belief in God. It is a lack of. That's correct.
Science has constantly been proving wrong throughout history, and atheism is.
How is science proven wrong? No, science is updated, and we're constantly learning more, and it changes. And science means to know. It is about our knowledge, and we're constantly learning more. So our knowledge is always changing, thus science is always changing, it's always improving, it's not proven wrong. We have theories, which are conclusions based on facts we have, but the conclusions can change. Like right now, we think that the Big Bang caused everything. We think it happened 13 billion years ago. Now some are saying it like double that, maybe 20-something billion years ago. And what that actual Big Bang entails, we're not sure. We just go off the facts and we make a conclusion. Could be wrong about what the Big Bang was. You know, we're not really sure saying what it is. We don't understand it. We just think that it happened at some point. We're not sure. Could it change? Could we learn more and it could not have been what we think it is currently? Of course it could, you know. But it's not we're proving wrong. We have our theories based on facts we have, and then we gain more new data. If you want to call updating theories to more accurate ones, or to updating theories to be more factual based on more evidence we have, I guess you could say a theory was wrong, but that's just what a theory is. It makes conclusions based on evidence we have, and it's the best, most logical conclusion we can possibly have with the information we have. Trying to say it's proven wrong, I hate that. It's a very bad wording of that.
So it is foolishly arrogant to assume that our understanding of metaphysics is truly objectively accurate. Out of all the belief systems on Earth, why...
Well, of course. I mean, we have a lot to learn about metaphysics. I mean, come on. A whole lot.
Should atheists like me get the privilege of exclaiming that their beliefs are the factual statements on a higher plane of truth?
Well, all an atheist is saying we're without belief in a God. If an atheist says there is no God, we're only saying it with as much confidence as we can say there is no Tooth Fairy or Peter Pan. So we're not really saying there is no God. We're just without belief.
Quoting the American Atheist Organization from atheist.org, atheism is not an affirmative belief that there is no God.
That's correct.
Nor does it answer any other question about what a person believes in.
Yep.
It is simply a rejection of the assertion that there are gods. Atheism is too often defined incorrectly as a belief system. To be clear, atheism is not a disbelief in gods, nor a denial in gods.
That's not being clear. Disbelief is the same as lack of belief, for any of you who didn't know that. So this wording's a bit incorrect. Atheism, let me fix it for you, okay?
It is a lack of belief in gods.
Let me fix that last part for anyone who just read that. Atheism is a disbelief in gods. Okay, what it should be saying is atheism is not a denial of gods. It is a disbelief in gods / lack of belief in gods, because disbelief and lack of belief are the same thing. Whoever wrote that, a little incorrect in the wording, but there's the fix for you.
How atheism is overly radical with its assertions.
Atheism isn't making any assertions.
I classify my belief as a religious atheist.
Okay.
Because I clearly am not agnostic, since I believe that a higher power doesn't exist.
Okay, all right, yes, because agnostic is a position where someone asserts something is unknown or unknowable. And if you're going to say it doesn't, well, that's true. You can't show it to be true. So if someone challenges you, you'll have to fall back to agnosticism. So, but whatever you want to do that route, go ahead.
However, I do not exclaim that I am more inherently right about my belief system, like new atheism likes to claim.
Well, atheism is not a belief system, but if you're going so far to say there is no God, like I said, we can only do that as confidently as we can say like Spider-Man doesn't exist or something like that. If we're just going to base it on lacking belief and realizing there's no evidence for God, if that's what we're going to do, then we can be more confident about that than someone who says that there is a God, because in order to assert something and make a positive assertion, we need to have evidence in support of our positive assertion. We can't just say something exists and not support it, right? Any believer goes to you, well, I believe in the blah, 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 but I don't have to prove it. I go, well, great. Well, then I don't have to, well, then you're dismissed. You're excluded from conversation because we have to know what we're talking about, right?
At the end of the day, this video is meant to provoke the minds of radical atheists by showing criticism from a softer atheist like myself.
radical atheists. Am I a radical atheist, my friend? Because I'm without belief in a God, and I rightfully assert that theism is irrational, that in order to say there is a God, you need to have some level of ignorance and gullibility in order to do so. Does that make me radical? I don't... Correct me, man.
So don't take what I say too seriously, and instead treat my comments as though they were thought experiments.
Okay.
Sadly, we've run out of time for this video.
All right.